Good evening, St. Thomas More family. I'm on the run today, so a little different video without all the setup. But just wanted to thank so many of you for joining the St. Thomas More Prayer Warriors last week. I think we're around 110 or something that have signed up already to pray those prayers. And I just wanted to spend a couple of moments kind of explaining in more detail what it is. So my whole goal of the prayer group is that we're praying for the parish in a very general way for God's will to be done for us. And so we're all going to have those specific intentions that we have each day, and just know that when we're doing this together as a parish community, that all of those prayers are being prayed for and covered, even when we don't know it, because the Lord knows, right? And so that's what the Lord is doing. That's the work that he's doing by helping us enter deeply into prayer. So it's not really necessarily about the specific intentions. There are different groups for that as well. But this is just the group to pray, to be praying, to be growing in prayer, as prayer is one of those ways that we encounter the Lord, that we grow in union with him, and that we allow the Lord to lead and guide us instead of the other voices of the world. Because in the way that I've set up the prayer, with 15 minutes of the rosary, with 15 minutes of mental prayer, specifically those two things are going to really help us become in tune with how God is dwelling in our heart, his love, help us to grow in virtue. He's going to help us in so many ways, specifically in those two modes of prayer that I have invited us to enter into. And then I have specific prayers just for the bishop, for myself, really, as your priest, as your pastor. I need all the help I can get spiritually to help along this journey. Then for our own fruitfulness, the fruitfulness of our parish, that we will be a evangelizing parish, right? And it all flows from our relationship and union with God. And so, and then a couple of other prayers of just protection for us and our families as we move through this world that's pretty chaotic, and we know we have an enemy who doesn't want us to pray, who doesn't want us to grow closer to the Lord. And so we just kind of take that head on and combat that, right? We're in spiritual warfare, whether we know it or not. And when you're in warfare, you arm yourself with the weapons of the spiritual weapons that God has given us: the rosary, mental prayer, and these specific prayers for our parish. And under all of that, people are being prayed for. Our parish is being prayed for. Our school is being prayed for. That the Lord will do his work in us. And that's really kind of the motivation behind it. And I'll continue to try to give a little more information about the different types of prayer and talk about those a little bit as we go through. So we'll just continue to learn and deepen our own knowledge of the faith, our knowledge of God, and our love for him. And that's going to be, I think, probably the most powerful thing that we can do, to begin with prayer. And then that prayer leads us to want to love and serve others, love and serve our community, those in need in our community, and all of those things. It flows from our love for God, and we really have the ability to do it by the strength that he gives us through prayer. And so that's just a little quick update on kind of the prayer thing. I'm overwhelmed by the response already, and I just know there's a hunger to grow closer to the Lord, and prayer is such an essential part of that, a necessary part of that. And so I want to make that as well known and as easy as possible to enter into, right? And to give you all the tools that you need to become good at it. And just remember, it takes practice. Distractions happen. We fail sometimes. Like, the key is just to keep getting up and beginning again with the Lord, to persevere in prayer. And as we do, we become better and better at it, and we love it. I can't go without prayer. I wouldn't even know what my life is like without prayer at this point. And it's just that place where my soul is fed with God himself. And so that's something I want us all to experience. And besides that, we got started with school this week, and so far so good. A couple of days in now, and keep praying for the school, for our teachers, our staff, and faculty, and administration, and our kids and their families. That everything will continue to go well, and practicing all these implementations of the mask and cleaning and all of these things, precautions that we're taking to make sure we can keep everybody as safe as possible as they enter back into school. And they were happy to be here. You could see it in their eyes. You couldn't see their whole face, but you could see it in their eyes under the mask that they were happy to be here, and we were happy to see them. So keep praying for that endeavor as well, and just know of my prayers for you and for our parish. And I just love what the Lord is doing. So let's keep uniting ourselves with him and trusting in him and knowing just how much he's at work. God bless you all. Have a beautiful evening.